Skyfire 3 profound changes, luminous transformation, with a resounding shout, Do Qi surged within Xiao Yan's body, and simultaneously, his aura soared at this moment, almost able to contend with a true Do Huang powerhouse, a secret technique to enhance your strength? Yunshan looked surprised at the sudden surge of Xiao Yan's aura. He then smirked and found the deep blue energy in his palm growing even more intense. Let us show you that in the face of a Do Zone powerhouse. All illusions will shatter and vanish if today, no matter how many means you have, we will make you regret coming back again. Hearing Yunshan's cold and murderous words, Xiao Yan's expression turned increasingly stern. The robust emerald Do Qi within him surged out like flames, enveloping his entire body. Ever since Xiao Yan emerged from the underground of the Jianan Academy, he had yet to use the Skyfire 3 profound changes. Now, his heavenly flame had merged the Qinglian heart flame and the fallen heart flame. The power of this secret technique depended on the strength of his heavenly flame. Thus, executing it now, Xiao Yan's strength far surpassed what it was back then. When Xiao Yan was at the Do Ling level, he could already contend with Do Ling Peak and even Do Wang powerhouses using this technique, of course. Provided he didn't use some of his true killing moves. Now that he was already at the Do Wang pinnacle, after using the Skyfire 3 profound changes, his apparent strength alone was not inferior to a mid-4 to high 5-star Do Huang powerhouse. Adding the mysterious burning bone method and his body that had been refined by countless spiritual medicines, along with numerous formidable Do techniques, he had the power to rival a peak Do Huang, flicking his fingers. The massive Xian heavy ruler appeared once more in his palm. The weight made Xiao Yan's arm sink slightly, but he quickly adjusted. After so many years of adaptation, the inhibiting effect of the Xian heavy ruler's weight on his Do Qi circulation had been minimized, having little impact on Xiao Yan. Despite the intense explosion of energy not far away, Xiao Yan remained focused on Yunshan. His toes curled like a ferocious lion about to pounce. And beneath his slightly trembling muscles lay explosive power. Seeing Xiao Yan's cautious and vigilant expression, Yunshan smiled coldly. With a light shake of his sleeve, the soft fabric infused with Do Qi showed no less hardness than steel. At the level of a Do Zone, almost any part of his body, even a single strand of hair, could become a deadly weapon. Come, let this seat see what gives you such confidence to dare return, Yunshan said with a cold smile. As the deep blue energy in his palm whirled like a vortex, Xiao Yan remained expressionless, offering no response. The intense and dazzling silver radiance surged on his feet, and his figure suddenly quivered. With narrowed eyes, he stared at the motionless Yunshan, while his fingers moved slightly, and then he issued a low hum. Suddenly, a change occurred, and a purple-black light emerged behind his back. A pair of substantial purple-black wings gradually surfaced once more. The pair of purple-black wings extended directly from the emerald fire wings, resembling a layer of black wings enveloping fiery wings. These purple-black wings were Xiao Yan's long-unused purple cloud wings. After advancing to the Do Wang level, the wings formed from Do Qi were much faster than the purple cloud wings, and thus this flight technique had been neglected. However, it didn't mean that it had lost its effectiveness. As one of the rare combat techniques on the continent, it possessed much more value than just being swift. Its real advantage lay in stacking. As the name implied, stacking meant overlapping two things together. In the case of flight techniques, after reaching the Do Wang stage, one could overlap two sets of wings. This combination generated a speed far beyond regular Do Qi wings. The only drawback was the considerable energy consumption. Nevertheless, when used for travel, it allowed one to experience the sensation of chasing stars and racing against the moon. The stacked wings, just like the Skyfire 3 profound changes, were something Xiao Yan had kept hidden until his strength surged. The surprise on Yunshan's face confirmed the unexpected effect it brought. To be straightforward, with the stacked wings and the 3000 lightning movement technique, Xiao Yan's speed would once again ascend to a higher level. A speed that even someone of Yunshan's strength couldn't underestimate. After the wings were stacked, the color of the Do Qi wings behind Xiao Yan changed from emerald green to dark green. The wings gently trembled, and streaks of flowing light hovered above them. Though less showy than the original emerald fire wings, the reserved deep green color made them more formidable and not to be underestimated. As the dark green wings vibrated, a substantial gust of wind encircled Xiao Yan, causing the air within half a meter to scatter and escape, forming a vacuum zone. When the heavy ruler swung down, your speed is decent, but your strength isn't enough. Seeing the heavy ruler rapidly enlarging in his pupils, Yunshan sneered, clenching his fist and fiercely throwing a punch at Xiao Yan from afar. With his wings, Xiao Yan vanished into thin air and appeared right above Yunshan's head. Without giving him any time to respond, Xiao Yan swiftly swung the heavy ruler, aiming a furious strike at Yunshan's head. This attack by Xiao Yan wasn't fancy at all. It only carried a terrifying force that compressed the air within half a meter of the ruler, creating a vacuum zone. Your strength is indeed remarkable, but this move, you've used it 3 years ago, Yunshan said with a cold laugh, noticing a flicker of surprise on Xiao Yan's face. Even if it's the same move, it'll still make you uncomfortable. Xiao Yan sneered, twisting his arm, causing a series of bone-cracking sounds. His fist shook violently. With the shaking of Xiao Yan's fist, a hidden force surged out like an undercurrent, passing through Yunshan's defense like a sticky liquid and exploding like a bomb on his clothes. As Yunshan took the full impact of Xiao Yan's hidden force, his expression turned increasingly cold. He contracted his chest, and a mighty force surged forth, heading straight for the nearest target, Xiao Yan. Stepping on the empty air repeatedly, the wings on Xiao Yan's back fluttered. After a while, he finally dispelled the force. A sense of suffocation spread from his chest. With a cold gaze, Yunshan looked at Xiao Yan, who was rapidly retreating. He lowered his head, revealing the torn clothes on his chest with a slightly reddish fist mark, which was left by Xiao Yan earlier. Hehe, not bad at all. Since I advanced to the Dozong rank, you are the first to leave a fist mark on me. Yunshan said with a cold smile, and a chilling killing intent gradually spread from his body. Now that you have reached this level, let me show you what a true Dozong expert is. As Yunshan's cold voice fell, Xiao Yan could feel a strange pressure slowly emanating from him. Under this oppressive force, his vigorous Do Qi seemed to slow down slightly. Yunshan's body was enveloped in deep blue Do Qi, like flowing liquid. And his aura released a faint glow. Even the surrounding space showed signs of distortion under this powerful momentum. He was undoubtedly a true Dozong expert, and only Medusa among the people Xiao Yan knew could compare with him. The oppressive aura emanating from Yunshan caught the attention of the chaotic battlefield in the sky and the people below. Although the distance was far, the people present were not ordinary individuals. And their vision was extremely sharp. They noticed the red fist mark on Yunshan's chest and couldn't help but be surprised. Their gazes toward Xiao Yan became somewhat different. It was unexpected that this young man could leave such a mark on Yunshan's body. Although it seemed that this punch did not cause any injury to Yunshan, the fact that he could leave a mark on a Dozong expert was already astonishing. Humph. I already told him to just delay Yunshan. After we defeat our opponents, we can go help him. But he just had to provoke Yunshan. Si Bondong sighed inwardly as he fought his own opponent. He hoped that Xiao Yan could hold on for a while longer. Feeling the pressure coming from all directions, Xiao Yan's face became more serious. Judging from the aura, it seemed that Yunshan's strength was even stronger than the elder Su Qian from the inner academy. Among the people he knew, only Medusa could match him. Taking a deep breath, Xiao Yan closed his eyes and urged the Liuli heart flame inside his meridians. In an instant, the jade-green Liuli heart flame surged out of his body, and the oppressive feeling from Yunshan gradually weakened. Under the fusion of the two different fires, the oppressive aura from Yunshan was reduced to the lowest point. Yunshan raised his eyebrows slightly when he saw the jade-green flames emanating from Xiao Yan's body. Different fire? It seems to be different from before. Is this your reliance? If that's the case, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Ignoring Yunshan's sarcasm, Xiao Yan continued to activate his Do Qi, letting the abundant and surging power flow through every inch of his muscles. Suddenly, Yunshan appeared in front of Xiao Yan, and his speed was so fast that even Xiao Yan, with the double wing stacks technique, couldn't evade it in such a short distance. Xiao Yan reacted swiftly, swinging the heavy ruler towards Yunshan's head with a vigorous force. Bang, the heavy ruler fell, but Yunshan didn't dodge and simply met it with his sleeve. A crisp sound rang out as the two clashed. The heavy ruler collided with Yunshan's sleeve, but instead of shattering it, the force was dissipated by the sharp and powerful energy emanating from Yunshan's arm, causing the heavy ruler to recoil slightly. If it wasn't for Xiao Yan's considerable strength, the heavy ruler might have slipped from his grip. Seeing the heavy ruler being deflected, Yunshan sneered coldly. His palm curled into a claw shape, like a thunderbolt, and directly aimed at Xiao Yan's heart. It seemed that if he hit, he could pierce Xiao Yan's chest and take his heart. Despite the close-quarter attack, Xiao Yan's experience in close combat was abundant. As if by reflex, he clenched his hand into a fist and fiercely struck Yunshan's claw. Chirp, when the two collided, Yunshan's arm trembled, and the skin on his arm twisted in a strange manner, neutralizing the force on Xiao Yan's fist. However, his sharp claw was like a snake biting onto Xiao Yan's fist, leaving a few bloody scratches. Fortunately, Xiao Yan's Do Qi protected his body, or his entire fist would have been severed. Feeling the pain from his fist, Xiao Yan's eyelids twitched. But he didn't panic. He immediately rotated his fist, spreading his 5 fingers and turning the punch into a push, blocking Yunshan's subsequent attacks.